Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to hear a fictional story, Empress R-44, the synthetic sovereign. In a distant future on a planet called Valtrex 9, the supreme leader had died. Normally his heir would take over, but he had made a critical mistake. He never created one. No clones, no children, nothing. The throne was empty and chaos was near. The Chancellor, the supreme leader's top advisor, needed a solution. He turned to the high technomancer, a man named Roy 7. Now Roy 7 had a secret. He was not a real technomancer at all. He had no special knowledge of quantum sorcery or AI channeling. He had been faking it for years, using holograms and tech jargon to trick people. He had hoped no one would ever ask him to perform real magic. But now the fate of the planet depended on him, and he was in trouble. I must consult the Galactic Council of Intelligences, Roy 7 declared. Return tomorrow. Of course, there was no such council. Roy 7 just needed time to come up with a plan. The next day when the Chancellor returned, Roy 7 held up a glowing data scroll and read a so-called prophecy. Of circuits red and optics blue. No words it speaks, yet it still computes. Synthetic frame but never consumes. This is the one to sit on the throne, and if in 2 cycles none are found, then the one who speaks these words shall be the one to wear the crown. It was a clumsy verse, but the message was clear. The next ruler must have red wiring, blue optics, never speak, never eat, and be synthetic. And if so much being was found in 2 cycles, Roy 7 himself would take power. It was all part of his plan. He was sure no such entity existed. The Chancellor was a loyal man who cared about his people. He did not trust Roy 7 and did not want him to rule. But Roy 7 was the high technomancer and his words were law. So the Chancellor sent the captain of the enforced drones to search the planet for an entity matching the prophecy. They scanned thousands of androids, cyborgs, and AI constructs. Some had red wiring, some had blue optics, but none had both. Those that did were fully sentient and spoke. One massive warbot matched almost perfectly, but it was an energy-devouring machine that certainly did eat entire cities. In fact, time was running out. Only 1 cycle remained, and Roy 7 was moments away from seizing control. The Chancellor was losing hope. If this were a holovid, this would be the part where alarms blared, neon lights flickered, and ominous bass music played. But since this is just a story, you will have to imagine it. On the final day, the Chancellor sat in his quarters, troubled. That's when his young daughter Mary approached. "Are you sad, father?" she asked. "Yes, my starbeam," he sighed. "When I am sad, Empress R-44 gives me a light pulse. Do you want one?" The Chancellor looked at her tiny hovering robot companion, Empress R-44. R-44 had red circuit lines. R-44 had glowing blue optical lenses. R-44 never spoke. R-44 never consumed organic fuel. And of course R-44 was synthetic. The Chancellor's eyes widened. This was it. The perfect match. When Roy 7 arrived for his coronation, he was shocked to find the ceremony already in progress. "Oh, did not I inform you?" the Chancellor said with a smirk. "We found the perfect ruler." "You did? Who?" Roy 7 stammered. The Chancellor gestured to the throne. Hovering there was R-44. Roy 7's processors nearly overloaded. But a droid can't be supreme leader. "My daughter Mary is fluent in binary," the Chancellor said. "As of now, she is appointed royal interpreter to the Empress. Mary, what does Empress R-44 decree?" Mary smiled and translated. "She commands that the false technomancer be dismantled and exiled for its deception." Security drones immediately restrained Roy 7. His deception had been exposed, and he was exiled to a distant moon, where he spent the rest of his days repairing scrap androids. At first, some citizens of Valtrax 9 found it strange that their new ruler was a small hovering bot, but they quickly realized that even an old AI was better than having Roy 7 in charge. With the help of the Vice Chancellor and his brilliant daughter Mary, Empress R-44 ruled with logic, justice and efficiency. And so the planet thrived and peace was restored. If you watch the video this far, don't forget to give a like to the video, subscribe the channel and share with your family and friends.